Yep, for those of you that don't know, RedBubble is a website where independent artists and creators can upload their own artwork and slogans to merchandise and products like t-shirts and then sell them to customers. In the industry, we call this a print-on-demand marketplace. And so whether you're an artist looking to sell products on RedBubble and want to check out the product and print quality and see what it will be like before you sell your art and designs on there, or whether you're a customer wanting to make sure it's worth buying from there before you spend your money, this video should hopefully help you. I've ordered samples of t-shirts, stickers, a mug, a notepad, and even a bath mat to review. I'll also be unboxing them so that you can see what the packaging is like as well. But first, if you are a long-time subscriber, you have probably noticed that something about this video is different because you see, as my long-time subscribers also know, there are two things in life that always make me smile. The first thing is anytime that somebody takes a moment out of their very busy day to give my videos a like and to subscribe, because seriously, every time you do that, it genuinely supports me. So thank you so much for everyone that takes a moment to do so. But the second thing that makes me smile is dogs, especially my 5-little-month pup Starbuck, a Swedish Fällhund. And so since this video is a bit more casual, before the comments flood in, yes, since this is a more casual video, I decided instead of wearing a fancy dress shirt or a dress that I would wear my favorite ever print-on-demand t-shirt that I have ever bought, which is this one here featuring Swedish Fällhunds. Because yes, I myself don't just sell print-on-demand products, I also buy cool products that I see others making and selling too. And so I decided to use this video as an excuse to go through RedBubble's top selling designs and order my favorites of them. So hopefully by seeing these top selling designs, if you're an artist, you might become inspired to create your own top selling designs too. So let's start out by reviewing RedBubble's t-shirts. To choose my t-shirts to review for the video, I sorted them to show which ones were the best selling and I picked my personal favorites from there. I decided to review two different types of designs. Firstly, I ordered one that features a cool, colourful print to review because it's a lot more difficult to print a colourful print than a simple black and white design. I thought this design was really cute. The artist actually taken the public domain artwork, the Great Wave of Kanagawa, and done a fun retro spin on it. Now, as I said, as someone who runs a t-shirt business, I can tell you that it is much harder to print high quality, colourful designs. And so as not every designer has such bright and bold designs, they might also be interested in seeing the printing quality of a more simple design, which is why I've also ordered this popular text-based t-shirt here, and we're gonna check that one out as well. All right, let's unwrap the t-shirts. They came in this nifty recyclable packaging featuring cool art. I tried to rip off as many shipping stickers as I could for you all. As you'll see, while I'm not a big fan of RedBubble's t-shirts themselves, I am a fan of the RedBubble buying experience, customer service, and overall brand and image. As my subscribers know, I create and sell t-shirts using a print-on-demand service called Printful, and the t-shirts just come in a standard shipping package. Unlike RedBubble, which put lots of effort into creating this cool brand and buying experience. They even included some original art, which was neat. The shirts themselves were also neatly wrapped and folded, which was a nice touch. But yes, that is the packaging. Now on to the actual t-shirts themselves. Let's start out by reviewing the cool, colourful t-shirt first. So I'm going to be frank with you all. This is not a good print at all. When I look at the picture, I see a really bright, bold pink, and when I see this, I see a very muted pink. I also see a lot of bleeding between the lines, which, to be fair, the original design did have that as part of it, but not to this extent. The design is cracking and the color of the wave looks terrible. So this is overall a blurry, dark print. Now, I do have to note that the reason why it might not be a good print could be because the original artist did not upload a high quality print file. But I suspect that's not going to be the case because this is one of the top selling t-shirts on RedBubble. So at this point, I suspect that the artist would have definitely swapped it out with a high quality print file if they didn't have that already. And because I know a lot of people are interested in this, this shirt is, I believe, the Gildan 5000, which is a heavy, rough cotton. This is what customers get by default with RedBubble if they just order the standard unisex t-shirt. And they can order a more high quality premium t-shirt, which would get them the Bala Canvas 3001. But most customers don't bother, they just buy the cheapest t-shirt because that's the one that RedBubble promotes, and this is what they get. So yeah, sadly, I'm not a fan of this at all. So I wasn't that impressed by the colourful print, but remember, I also bought this t-shirt here featuring a simple white text-based design. How does this one hold up compared to the other one? All right, so it's probably not actually any better in terms of print quality, but what I will say is that because of the fact that it's just simple, bold, white text, the fact that the quality of the print isn't that great and that it's not as white as you would like, doesn't really matter as much. Most customers are going to be fine receiving this because it doesn't have the same level of color depth, and so you can't tell that the colors are not printed as well as they should. So I think for most people they'd be perfectly fine receiving this and perfectly fine selling this. So that is my review of the t-shirts. On to reviewing the mug, but before I do, if you're watching this and you'd like to learn even more about how you can open up your own print-on-demand store, you should be sure to download my free ebook. The 6 steps that six-figure online stores follow to make over $10,000 a month, and you'll find links to download my free ebook in the video description below. But anyway, on to reviewing the mug. Now here's the thing about mugs, right? Oftentimes a great looking t-shirt design will also look really good when printed onto mugs as well, which is why in my e-commerce business, I offer my t-shirt designs as mugs too, so that customers can then go and buy them as a matching set. And so if you're an artist or creator and you're selling your designs on RedBubble as t-shirts, you should also consider selling it on mugs as well. But yeah, when I came to order a mug for this video, I was admittedly quite picky because, as my longtime subscribers will know, I am kind of a collector of fun mugs. So I went through all of the best-selling mugs until I discovered one artist that creates these really cool yet really weird and slightly disturbing designs. I can't really describe the creepiness, but it just kind of puts me on edge a little and I love it. So I went through the rest of his art and decided that I didn't have enough Christmas mugs, so I bought this one here to review for the video. So once again, one of RedBubble's biggest strengths and pros as a company and store is how awesome their packaging and branding is. I love the fun little fragile notices on the sides of the box. It was very cool. It also featured original art inside the box too. The mug itself was very well packaged. The cardboard holder it was in was enough to keep the mug safe from being shipped all the way to New Zealand. It was just a standard white mug itself, nothing fancy about it, but it did arrive perfectly, no chips or anything like that. So then, what did I think about the actual print quality of the image? So I will say that the printing colors for the mug have definitely come out a lot closer to the original picture. The edges are definitely blurry, so this is not a great print, but a lot of people would be absolutely fine to receive this, especially if they think that the art on it is really cool and really unique. But if I compare it to the print-on-demand provider that I personally use, that my subscribers know that I use, Printful, this is a mug that they created. The colors are a lot more vibrant and the edges are sharp, so compared to Printful, this is nowhere near as good, but definitely a superior print in terms of colors compared to the t-shirt. Okay then, so let's review RedBubble Stickers. This is one of RedBubble's top selling products overall and biggest money makers for artists and creators, and that's because RedBubble Stickers have a high profit margin and they give you a 25% discount if you're a customer and you buy 4 or more at once, encouraging upsells, which makes artists and creators even more money. And RedBubble did successfully upsell me actually, because in addition to purchasing this top selling sticker to review, I also purchased this sticker here and 2 of the sticker in both the transparent and non-transparent versions. The 3 non-transparent stickers I ordered came in a FedEx postal slip. I suspected that if I opened it up that I'd find the original RedBubble branded shipping package inside, which I did. Once again, the packaging was really cool and unique, creating a fun, quirky buyer experience. The stickers themselves were printed in their own sticker sheets. Something that was super weird though was my transparent sticker came in its own package. This felt very strange considering a big part of RedBubble's brand is that they try to be as environmentally friendly as possible, and having a whole separate package for one 3-inch sticker felt unnecessary, but the actual packaging itself was nifty. So the packaging again, super cool, but what about the print quality of the stickers themselves? All right guys, gonna be honest with you, I love the stickers and they're so much better than the t-shirts and the mug, and that really shouldn't be a surprise because of the fact that RedBubble is fast becoming a destination website for buying cool, niche, nifty stickers. There's a reason why customers buy multiple of these at once. So the lines are a lot sharper than the t-shirts and the mug were. They're still not the best print quality I've ever seen. Printful would print a better sticker, but this is fine. What I'm not as big of a fan of is that the colors are still dark. Now, you can see it with this one particularly because the tongue on the dog is way darker of a shade of red than what the picture would have led you to believe. Now, that could again be because the artist did not upload an optimized picture for printing. But again, I suspect it's most likely a printing issue because this here is one of the most popular stickers on the website, and the colors of this, when I see it in person, not sure if it'll show up on camera, but in person, the colors are definitely darker. So it's probably more of a printing issue. What I will say though is that while I have no intention of wearing my t-shirts out in public, I have every intention of showing off these stickers. So another top selling item on RedBubble is, believe it or not, notebooks. At first I was surprised by this, but really how many places online can you buy quirky, niche specific notebooks? And so there are some really cool ones on here. I absolutely love this one. It is a replica of a notebook that the main character from an anime I watch, My Hero Academia, carries around with him. But I did not buy it because honestly, this is probably copyright infringement. Not that the creators of the anime are probably watching RedBubble and going to take it off the website, if I'm being honest. But regardless, I decided to instead go with this cute little notebook here since I love what it stands for. So let's unbox it. Just like the stickers, it came in a FedEx package, but once that was removed, the cool RedBubble packaging was inside. The actual notebook itself was just a standard notebook. It had a colourful front page and a dark cardboard back. I had also chosen the pages to be lined. So the notebook and packaging itself was nice quality. But what about the quality of the picture print? I am so much more impressed with the notebook as well, just like with the stickers. So it is a shame that the picture is still darker than we would like it to be and not as bright and bold as you would get from something like, say, Printful, but the lines are sharp. And this picture isn't the easiest picture to print because it actually features a lot of distressed elements, and those distressed elements are coming through when I see it in person. I know it's probably not showing up on camera, but in person you can see the distressed elements, which is great. So very clearly, RedBubble is not the best at printing high quality t-shirts, but they are quite specialized and unique in the fact that you can get really cool stationery from them, featuring really niche designs like this that you can't really get anywhere else. But yes, my friends, we are not done, for you see right now, I do not have a bath mat. Yes, I have been using a towel for a bath mat for years, and so I decided that it is time to change that, because while RedBubble does indeed sell standard, boring print-on-demand items like t-shirts and mugs, they also sell quirky, stranger items like bath mats. And so, as you can probably tell by now, I myself am a Japanese art fangirl, and so I went ahead and bought myself one of these. Okay, so this was probably admittedly my favorite of the RedBubble packages. I absolutely love the cool art that they had on the shipping slip. So the packaging gets a big thumbs up from me. However, as we've seen, RedBubble is definitely mixed with its print quality. While the t-shirts and mug were disappointing, I was very happy with the stationery that I received, and I intend to actually use it. So then, which camp will the bath mat fall into? So here's the deal, guys. I'm in the middle of filming this video, and it just occurred to me that reviewing this bath mat is actually going to be really difficult, because here's the thing, I sell t-shirts and I sell mugs and I sell stationery, so I can compare the quality of the items that I'm able to sell with Printful to the items that RedBubble is selling. But I can't do that with a bath mat because I don't sell bath mats. So I'm instead going to have to review this from the perspective as a customer. As a customer, I will say I'm again disappointed in the colors. So it's difficult for it to show up on camera. What I will say is, in person, the background color looks really white, but it's not supposed to be white. It's supposed to be a yellowy color, and you do not see that at all. And the quality of the bath mat, it's terrible. It feels like this is going to absorb no water at all. So overall, the bath mat, disappointing. But what I will say is that even though those issues exist, whoever drew this picture, your art is so cool and so awesome that I'm gonna use it anyway. So yes, since my last review, my thoughts on RedBubble's t-shirts have not changed much. Compared to more expensive print-on-demand websites and services, the quality of the prints is just not as good. But just like I said in my last review, because the t-shirts are so cheap and the buying experience is so funky, a lot of customers will be less picky than me and probably be happy with them anyway. So if you do wish to sell your art and designs on the website, it's just good to keep that in mind. The mug itself was acceptable, if not good, and the stationery was a standout. I genuinely can't think of anywhere else on the internet where you can find so many cool niche stickers, notebooks and stationery, so I'm sure customers will keep going back to RedBubble to buy more of this and not their bath mats. So, did my video help you? If it did, please hit subscribe and click that little notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of my videos. And if you'd like to learn more about how I run my print-on-demand business, you should be sure to watch my video. 5 income sources I built in my 20s that makes me over $1,000 a day. So go ahead, watch my next video, and I'll see you over there.